The future is created by what you do today, but not tomorrow. The future is created by what you do today, but not tomorrow. The future is created by what you do today, but not tomorrow. Good afternoon and welcome to Time Radio TV on the World Uncovered Talk Show. Today is the 15th of May 2025. And if you have just joined or tuned in, you are live on Time Radio TV. Don't forget we are streaming live on Facebook, Time TV _radio. You can join us live over there, share, comment, and also subscribe and like our page. Please make sure you share the comments to friends and loved ones. Another thing, just pick your phone right now. Call somebody, let somebody also call somebody, and let us spread the good news that the World Uncovered Talk Show is ongoing right now on Time Radio TV with me, your host, Nana Bonsu. Just as we do it, we start with a motivation, and after the motivation, I introduce the topic and my guest for the day. Don't forget that the World Uncovered Talk Show is all about the youth. We said exploring the people, we the people, exploring the people, places, and also how politics is shaping our planet. don't forget, we are coming to learn something new today. And you know something? Sometimes it's good you take your notes and your pen and paper or whatever you have. You can even record and jot down points that will help you as a young entrepreneur out there. So quickly, let me start with the motivation for today. And on the motivation, it goes: creativity rules the world. Creativity rules the world. One thing we can see dominating the world right now, that is making people to progress and make quick or fast money, that is putting people on the limelight, is creativity. How creative are you? I said it again. How creative are you? The more creative you are, the more you see yourself succeeding. But if you decided to be dormant, you don't want to use your skills, your talent, you don't want to fashion it into a skill that will begin to yield you dividends or to yield you profit, then in fact you're always going to be behind. But if you want to succeed in life, then one thing you should know and take into consideration is how to become creative. And how do you become creative? By making sure you study to show thyself worthy of whatever talent or skills you believe to have. That is the challenge. Now, as individuals, as young people out there, there is one thing we normally ignore, and that is the talent side of us. We look up to other people, we appreciate them, we see what they are doing, we are so much involved, care about it, but we forgot that we also have something unique in us. And the reason why we read some of these things in our books or see people demonstrate it is to enable us identify ourselves and being able to follow suit and become creative. Now, one dominating thing under this planet or on this planet is the creative industry. And we see how booming it has become recently, with a number or an amount of contribution to even the Ghana economy or the country's economy. Now let's take it at large to Africa, where we see young entrepreneurs, young talented people coming out nowadays. Let's look at countries like Trinidad and others, who are so much vexed in IT, using online means and ways to make money or to progress, to sell themselves out over there. So as young entrepreneurs or as young people coming up, we must be more creative than depending on other things or avenues for money. Now, unfortunately, people go to school 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and they are still broke. They are in the house having nothing. But you see somebody who have just completed JHS is making it big. Let's look at the creative industry. How many of them have been to school? But yet still they are making it big. They are hitting it. So it is telling you that one of the things that moves or shake this world now is creativity. You have to look within yourself. How do you solve someone's problem? How do you identify challenges and begin to find solution to it? That is what we are to be doing as young people, upcoming young ones right now. And if you are a young entrepreneur, you have to look left, right, center, all around and see what is the need of the people and become creative in that aspect or in that region. That is how it works. That is how it works. What is it that people need? that is not being provided, you quickly fit in. If you are able to identify people's problem and it gives you a thought-provoking mind, then you work towards it and become the word we are using, creative, or a problem solver, an innovator, bringing in something new. So my motivation on the World Uncovered Talk Show this afternoon, all I want to tell you or imbibe in you is that creativity rules the world. The more creative you become in your field, you can be a journalist, you can be a doctor, you can be a pastor, but you ought to be more creative. You ought to be more creative. You ought to find ways and means to solve people's need, not just spiritual need. If you solve the spiritual need of the people and they go hungry, you have not done anything. You've done only 10%. The 10% that you take from them as tithes, that is the only thing you have done. But if you begin to find the problem of the youth of the church, knowing that these youth have completed school, they don't have anything, they are not doing any job, where do they get the money to come and give? And then you stand on that and begin to create jobs. The church will now take offering and then create mobile money ventures for youth, employ them, put them there. At the end of the month, they give them something. You see, you have identified the people's need and you become creative in solving it. Not just say when it comes to pastor, they say let's contribute. When it comes to church member, they say let's pray. No, we have to be more creative. We have to be more practical in our doings. That is all we are saying. That when you look at the world today, those who are ruling the world, those who are on the higher position, those who are on the limelight, always defining morality and integrity and other things their own way, are people who are more creative to make money. You see, so on the World Uncovered Talk Show today, let it be at the back of your mind, your business center, in your marriage, wherever you find yourself, that creativity rules the world. It is not your prayer. It is not your Bible studies. It is not, no. It is how creative you are in researching, in molding yourself to become great. That is what rules the world. Let's look at Bill Gates now. Let's look at this U.S. Man who is helping Trump. I've forgotten his name. If you know the name, please put it at the comment section and then I will get it to tell my people. Look at him right now. Look at Toure right now of Burkina Faso, the president. He became more creative. You will see him ruling the world. Just recently, he was ushered with convoy to Russia. You see, the man became creative and it has become African star. Let's look at Kwejo Safo. Right now, he called himself African star. Why? Because he became creative in solving the challenges that confront humanity. And always I say that the world is looking for people who can think outside the box, not inside the box. People who can think outside the box and become more innovative, more creative to solve world challenges. Because the world is in so many challenges when it comes to the economic of the world. Now, it's breaking down. When it comes to the agriculture sector, it comes to governance, it comes to education, economy, whatever, just mention them. It is breaking down gradually. And the world and countries are looking for people who can think outside the box to bring something new to solve world problem. So you could see that if you become a creative, identify in a portion where you can solve human needs, you become the top of the day. You become the news of the day. Everybody wants to get close to you. Everybody wants to hear you. Everybody wants to come close to you so that they can learn something new from you. And that is what the world is looking for. That is what even the church is looking for. That is what the government is looking for. That is what entrepreneurs, CEOs are looking for. Creative people that can make things work, that can make things happen. So always be creative. Find something new. Bring something new. When you wake up, dream of something new. Come with new agenda, new plans. That will help push the goal to the climax and explode to become a solution to others. This I bring to you on the World Uncovered Talk Show Motivation. Up next, I will be bringing you the topic and my guest for the day. I will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. So if you have just tuned in right now, you are live on Time Radio TV. Mark Brony Kitchen, thanks for joining on TikTok. Richard Dera, thanks for joining. Bra Ashalitori, thanks for joining. Young Boastma, thanks for joining. Reverend Desmond, I see you said hello. Hello, Reverend. Thanks for joining. Nana Marshall, thanks for joining. Don't forget to tap the screen and also like and share. So quickly on the topic today, we will be looking at unlocking financing and elevation youth-led action on the SDG. And when I said the SDG, I'm simply talking about the Sustainable Development Goal. Sustainable Development Goal, that is the SDG of Africa. So unlocking financing and elevation youth-led action on the Sustainable Development Goals of Africa. And on the show today we'll be having Mr. Musa Koni all the way from Sierra Leone that will be with us online taking us through the topic for the day. So also pick your phone, call somebody, let somebody also call somebody, and let's spread the good news. Join live on Facebook, comment, and also share. What do you understand by the Sustainable Development Goals of Africa? What does it mean? What is it about? What is your idea about it? Share with me. Do you have any question that you want to put before the guest? Please join the conversation live on Facebook, Time TV _radio. On our comment section, leave your comments or your questions over there. At the right time, I will do the action of the question to my guest for the day. Exactly 4:30 he will be with us, so stay tuned. But before then, I want us to look at one or two things when we talk of the SDG, which is Sustainable Development Goals of Africa. Now someone may ask that what is unlocking, financing, and elevating youth-led action on the SDG of Africa. Now, one thing we must know is that the Sustainable Development Goals are a set of 17 global goals aimed at achieving a more equitable, prosperous, and peaceful world by 2030. That is the agenda. The Sustainable Development Goal are a set of 17 global goals. 17 global goals that is set down aimed at achieving a more equitable, prosperous, and peaceful world by the year 2030. Youth-led actions. Youth-led actions are more critical for achieving the sustainable development goals of Africa. But young people, as we know, normally face challenges in achieving or assessing financing and resource to implement their projects that is aimed at helping to develop or meet the standard goal, which is the sustainable development goal of Africa or of the country Ghana. Precisely, we'll be looking more or wider range, which is Africa. Now, someone will ask, what are the SDGs? What are the sustainable development goals? Now, let us break it down in a simpler term. The sustainable development goal, as I said already, are 17 global goals aimed at making the world a better place by 2030. So the agenda is by 2030, we want to have a more better world, or making the world a better place for everybody in terms of living standard, cost of living, other things that added and make life more better. The agenda is to make sure that we leverage everything to make sure that the world become a better place by the time of 2030. Now we are in 2025. So you calculate or get the years that are left to achieve this. And in so doing, we could say that youth-led agendas, youth-led mindsets or innovations or initiatives will help achieve this great goal of making the world a better place by 2030. Now, the focus is on issues like poverty eradication. How we'll be able to deal with poverty in Africa. And if we want to break it down, how we'll be able to deal with poverty in our countries. Countries like Ghana, Libya, Uganda, Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, and all other places. Agendas that will put in place, or youth-led initiatives that will put in place to be able to eradicate poverty from our midst by the means of introducing more businesses, developing the agricultural sector, developing all other sectors that will make the economy grow, or the domestic, the GDP of Africa to grow. That is what we are looking up to. So the focus is on issues like poverty, education, healthcare, and the environment. And when we talk about environment, we are talking about the climate change and other things that is expected, okay, or that works around us. So this is the main key or issues that is being targeted, that we will be able to leverage things to make sure that by the year 2030 we are able to at least mitigate challenges confronting us with poverty, education, healthcare, environment, and then the climate change. Now, why is the youth-led actions important? Now, to me, young people are crucial for achieving the sustainable development goals of Africa. They bring fresh ideas. It is assumed that the thought or the wisdom, the creativity of the youths will bring a fresh ideas to be able to do what? To solve some of these challenges. The youths have fresh ideas, energy, and perspective to solving global challenges. You see, that is why when I see people trying to indulge in drug abuse and other things, it really, really hurts me, because the youths are having responsibility, or there's a responsibility on our shoulders as youths. As youths. So we need to carry the baton as youths to be able to achieve the agenda that is being set by 2020, making the world a better place. We will be able to eradicate poverty, work on our educational systems, our healthcare systems, and the environment and climate change. These are some of the things we should be looking at critically. And then also, as I said, why is the youth-led actions important? I also said that the youth have what? Fresh ideas. They are filled with good energies, and then they have perspectives to solving challenges. Yet still, these young ones or young upcoming entrepreneurs or young creative people that we are putting our trust on, that they will think outside the box to bring solution and innovation to solve this world or global challenge that we are facing, which is poverty, education challenges, healthcare challenges, and environmental and climate change challenges. There are a lot of challenges that confront this youth, which is lack of funding and then limited opportunities. So my guest will be doing justice to that. So quickly stay tuned as my producer try to connect Mr. Musa Koni on the line, and we kick start from there. But this is just some mouth-watering points I want to give you so that you also share your view with me on our comment section on Time Radio TV on Facebook. Just type in Time TV _ radio, and there you are watching us live on Facebook. Like the page, subscribe, share, and also leave your comment on the comment section. If you have any question about the topic for today, unlocking financing and elevation youth-led action on the sustainable development goal, which is the SDGs, you share your view and put your question also there for us to look up to. Counting on you and your questions, and I will be back shortly. So as we try to connect Mr. Musa Koni on the line, fortunately, Mr. Musa Koni is on the line. Mr. Musa, if you can hear me loud and clear, hello? Good. Yes, hello, Mr. Musa. Please, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Musa, please, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Well, we will try to reconnect him back on the show quickly. So just ask. Okay, Mr. Musa, if you can hear me, good afternoon and welcome to Time Radio TV.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Musa, please, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Mr. Musa, please, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Musa. Hello? Hello, Hello, Mr. Musa. Please, can you hear me? Hello. Well, we'll do everything possible to make sure we get Mr. Musa back on the line. Hello, Mr. Musa, please, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Musa. Please, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Mr. Musa. Unfortunately, we are having challenge with the line, but we'll do everything possible to connect Mr. Musa back on the line. So just as I am saying that there are a lot of challenges that confront this initiative led by the youth when it comes to the sustainable development goals of Africa. One thing we are looking at is lack of funding and others. Hello, Mr. Musa. Welcome to Time TV Radio. Please, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Musa. Hello. Please, can you hear me? Hello. Hello, Mr. Musa. Hello, please, can you hear me? Hello. Wow. Hello, Mr. Musa, please, can you hear me? Yes, Mr. Musa, please, can you hear me? Unfortunately, we're still having a network challenge connecting Mr. Musa on the line today. But quickly, as I said, why is youth-led action important? We also said that young people are crucial for achieving the SDGs. They bring fresh ideas, energy, and perspective to solving global challenges. And then we also get to know that in this, or in so doing, there are challenges that these young people normally face. And one is lack of funding. Okay, I heard Mr. Musa is on the line. Good afternoon and welcome to Time Radio, Mr. Musa. Hello, please, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Musa. Hello. Mr. Musa, please, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, Abraham. How are you?
I'm doing well. Please, you?
I'm good. I'm good.
We thank God. So how far? How is Sierra Leone as we speak?
Well, Sierra Leone, as always, is peaceful and it's really calm.
Okay.
Like all citizens are going about their normal business. So Sierra Leone is peaceful.
Oh, okay. That's so great, and welcome to our show this afternoon. It's been a long time we hear from you. I learned a lot of programs occupying you here and there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm a man that believes in community-led development programs. So, and as a young man, I always want to put myself on the map. In the area wherein I do like impactful activities in the community, just to like put myself and other young people on the map. Because if you don't have anything that you bring to the table, they will not take you serious. So I always create opportunities and other ways that young people in society will be seen as important people to reckon with. So that is why.
Exactly. Quickly, how are my youths of Sierra Leone, your area, Bo, right? If I'm correct. Hello, Mr. Musa. Wow, unfortunately, it seems. Hello, Mr. Musa, can you hear me? Wow, we lost him again, but everything possible to get him back online. The network is really hurting, but we will do our best. Okay, Mr. Musa, welcome back. Yes, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, my brother, I can hear you. It's the network that is disturbing.
Seriously. So quickly, let's jump to the topic for the day. We are talking about unlocking financing and elevation youth-led actions on the Sustainable Development Goal, which is the SDG of Africa. Now, the question I want to ask is, what are the Sustainable Development Goals, and why are they important?
Well, the 17 SDGs they are very because it touch all aspects of life.
Okay.
Starting from poverty, go to education, life above water, gender equalities. So on and so forth. So all of
hello. Oh goodness. The network really want to disturb me this afternoon, but I will not give up. I'll try and connect Mr. Musa back on the show. Okay, Mr. Musa, welcome back. Yes, please. Wait. Can you hear me clearly? Hello, Mr. Musa.
yes.
So please, you continue with us.
Yeah, like I just said earlier, it's just that the network is really bad today. I say just to make it short.
Okay.
All the SDG, the 17 SDG are very they all need transformation of life, and also they look at things that also lead to development.
Mm.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All the SDGs, I see these are things that look at the livelihood of individuals, and also it deals with developmental aspects of communities and individuals themselves. So
Okay.
that is why the SDGs are very, very important.
Important. Okay.
So and it's really key. It's really key because it gives a room for the participations of each and everyone, whether you are old or young, to really undertake certain activities that will bring changes
Okay.
to the community or maybe the continent where you find yourself.
Okay. Now, what does the unlocking financing means in the context of youth-led initiatives?
Well, unlocking that financing, I think as far as the youth thing is concerned, in the context of young people,
Okay.
I think it's a way that you can able to create a platform for yourself to really find a way how you can earn an income on your own.
Okay.
And also that income that you earn, that you can also add value to the community and the people that are living in that particular communities as well.
Okay. Now, so when it comes to elevating youth-led, what is meant by elevating youth-led action on the SDGs?
Well, it's just when we talk about elevation itself, in simple terms, it's just about like the height of the level at which a particular things you will want to take to maybe you want to take it from point A to point B, the type of elevations that you take. So it also brings about changes, maybe because for each and every activities you want to undertake, you always have a goal that you want to achieve, or you also have the objectives and also the aims of that particular activities. Maybe you have some issues in your communities and you want to change that and you want to take it to another level, maybe from level A to level B, for instance. So that is just like a change when it comes to elevation that it means. So I think to elevate the youth-led actions, as far as the SDGs are concerned and the financing things are concerned, I think we, the young people, need some role to play.
Okay.
In terms of ensuring that we are able to answer these particular questions or to this particular call.
Okay.
One would be like, first of all, we try to really see how we can enhance our skills and knowledge around the particular work that you want to do. Because by that means you can able to attract funding, and you can also able to do some changes which will lead to elevations of the communities, or maybe where you find yourself, or even your personally in your personal life. There will be some changes which will also take you from point A to point B or to point C, as the case may be. So our skills, the skills for us to acquire the skills that really give us the ability to do the types of projects that we may want to undertake. Maybe in one of the SDG, let's say for instance in education, you need to look at the areas of education where you want to do your intervention. That is really key, because if you have attractive of people, it will be really easy for you to get funding. It's really able. It can also help you to really make some changes, which will also answer the question of elevation. Because when you do change, you take people from one point to another. You change their lifestyle. That is the means of elevating people, and also add value to your project and also to yourself as an individual.
Okay. Now, let me put it this way. You just mentioned some specific SDGs that are most relevant to youth-led initiative. Now, how do the SDGs impact local communities?
it impacts the local community by changing some narrative. Let's talk about education here under the SDG.
Yeah.
Education is really key because it gives light to certain things that people have been dealing with in the past, which have not been leading them to nowhere. So maybe if you are raising awareness, let's say for instance, like presently now we have the outbreak of this monkeypox thing.
Yes.
So let's say the people who are now embarking in educational aspect in terms of passing on information on how harmful that disease is and what are the precautions and methods that you can take to really obtain it.
Okay.
So those are the way that the SDG brings changes as well. And also, it also changed communities bringing different developmental programs to that particular communities. Maybe there was a communities that need school, there was no school. With the SDG under education, you can even write a project on that, and then you bring like a school, bring teachers, encourage them to stay in that particular areas, and start teaching and giving maybe good lessons to that particular areas. That will help really to open that particular area because you play on the minds of the people. Because improving working on the human capital development and on the human capital is really key to development, and education is one of that particular key. It is not the only way, but it is the key that opens the doors for people.
Okay.
So it is really key. So that makes the SDG very important.
So now you just spoke of this. How can young people get involved in this SDG related initiatives?
First of all, you as a young person,
Yeah.
like I mentioned earlier on, you always have to look in the communities where you are. There are always gaps that needs to be filled.
Okay.
In all areas, you talk about climate change, you talk about education, you talk about maybe rise above water, above sea, whatsoever. All of these things, gender equality, there are always key issues that needs to be addressed and that does not be addressed either by government or even by other NGOs. So you need to really have that creative thinking or the creative mind, and really you look in your communities or in your society, and then you pick one of those things that belong to the SDG, because almost everything we do now is under the SDG. Because if you go under the 17 SDG, you need all of them, and you can see that each and every activities we are doing is under that particular 17 SDG.
Okay.
So now you can all develop your ideas or maybe your project, and now you try to search for funding. So long as that particular project or activities is really attractive, that attracts the attention of people, it might not be only like NGOs. There are individuals who also believe in development. You can take those initiatives to them. They can help you with funding.
Okay.
But sometimes it's really key to be really self-sufficient. Self-sufficiency is really key, rather than always depending on people. So you first of all need to create a way how you can sustain most of your activities by also creating a way how you can generate your own income. Because let's say for instance, if you develop a project and like you have a donor that fund it, there are times if you reach at the time that they talk about donor fatigue, and they will prove how to continue that particular project if you don't have an alternative means of having resources. So one of the things, like one of the SDGs we talk about, if we do there under like zero hunger, we are talking about that under agriculture. Agriculture is a better way that you can grow into. Then you grow crops for yourself. That should be another alternative when the donors pull up. You can still continue with that for your agricultural activities that will also give you income to support your activities. When the donors or the individual who will support you take off. And also you can also do something like business itself. If you go into business, whilst you also run your project. At the end of the day, when the funding for the project calls, then your business now will stand in to really suffice for that particular thing, so the project will keep on going on. So first of all, as a young person, you have to look out for the opportunity in your community, and then you now look out for the means and ways how you can source funding. But you have to make your activity very snappy, and activities that you can explain to people who believe in development, that can easily attract their attention, and also come in with help. So any activities or any project that have key impacts that everybody know if I put my money here, it really puts the type of impact that we are looking for. So people are always willing to put their resources in that particular project.
Okay. Now you spoke of funding. Let me ask this one quickly. How can these young entrepreneurs that we are talking over here in Africa access fundings from their SDG related projects?
Okay. So first of all, you need to have maybe I can call it a teeth utilizing like the technology or leveraging technology from now. So presently, the social media or the technology thing is really helpful when it comes to either sourcing funding and, for your particular program. So you need to address itself with the present technological programs now that is going around the world. Because from there, if you know how to go around the technological thing with the social media, we can be able to search for funding, like let's say like crowdfunding platform. You can use that as a social media to also raise awareness and also funds for youth-led initiative as well. You can source funding in that particular way. And again, networking is also key, because I have not used like crowdfunding, but most of my activities or the things that I get has been through networking with people in and out of Sierra Leone, and most of my networking is out of Sierra Leone. So it's always bringing the skills, the knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah. On how to really undertake most of the things that I'm doing. So most of those network have really created a lot of benefits for me and my organizations, and also other young people here in Sierra Leone, because I have a lot of programs that I'm also representing them here. I just get them through networking with other young people, maybe attending conferences and other programs where we share contacts, and also we also see how we discuss. Sometimes I discuss with people, like before coming to this call, I was just from like call under the Hive platform, which is a new thing that connects people right across the country and the world. Discuss your idea and see where you have a synergy, and then you collaborate on the particular activity. I think that is also key. The networking is also key. Partnership is another one, because you cannot able to do it alone.
Okay.
If you have all the ideas, you still need other people's input in that particular idea to make it really viable.
Okay.
In the uses of social media platform, technological skills, I think it will help in that particular direction.
Okay. Now let's come to these investors. So my question is, how can investors and organizations and governments better support youth-led projects that contribute to the SDGs?
Yeah, so I think the government needs, for government in the area of government in the first place, is for them to really develop policies that allow that give access to young people to funding. It's really key. Sometimes in Africa, some of the policies are not youth friendly in terms of access to funding. So I think that's one of the things that the government needs to do. right across Africa, all governments, that is Sierra Leone and any other country in Africa, they really need to work on that, how to create that particular platform for young people to access funding for most of their activities. Because we have a lot of youth-led programs in Africa, but most of the time they just die out because of funding.
Okay.
Because the policies itself does not allow them to stay, that particular organization to stay and continue its operations.
Okay.
And also for investors, I think they also need to really open room for youth-led programs in the area wherein they make their criteria in accessing their funding, in accessing their assistance easier. Yeah, because most of the time there are people that will open like some room for funding, but the criteria for you to reach that funding are always key, that you cannot be able to penetrate through that funding. So good sets of sectors can really help the youth to really grow and really support their project under the SDGs.
Okay. Okay, so now let's come to some of the youth-led actions. What kind of projects can the youth-led initiative focus on to contribute to the SDGs?
I think the key ones for now, we look at the climate change, which is one of the issues that is really affecting the world at large. I think these are some of the things that young people should develop ideas on, and also ensure that they even undertake like raising awareness on the effects of climate in their countries and in their communities where they find themselves. And also, they also need to undertake community-led development initiative or programs that they can be able to develop for themselves and ensure that they do it in the way that it will call the attention of the government and other stakeholders in their various countries. Let's talk about agriculture, because if we are talking about zero hunger, we can only achieve zero hunger if we really put attention and our focus on agriculture. As it is only that can answer that particular question for us.
Okay.
That can really bridge that particular gap. And now, Africa is home to a large number of young people. Although, even with that, we have serious challenges in terms of employment. Youth are really totally and entirely unemployed. The young people who are employed in Africa, you cannot measure it to the number of young people that are unemployed. So I will ask that, just like I said earlier, for young people also to be creating ways for themselves to really, so that they can be able to strive in their various communities. So people will start seeing them as important force to reckon with. So those days have gone wherein they always say the youth are future leaders of tomorrow. Those days have gone. We are not. We are the present leaders. We should be present, because if you want somebody to take over you, then you have to give him or her all the tools when you are there.
Sure.
So he is able to do it when you are not there. But even some people for them to retire in Africa is very, very difficult. They will be there until they do everything until and unless they take them away from their positions. And that is not good for the young people. So it's good for us as young people to really try to showcase ourselves to the people, so that they can believe in us. So they can lead community-led development programs for themselves. Maybe that will call the attentions of stakeholders or government or investors to them.
Now, you mentioned climate change, though you have given a little brief on it. But I want to ask, why climate change and how important it is in terms of agriculture and agribusiness and health and other aspects?
Well, I measure climate change because it has to do with the environment, and for us to survive, we are all living in an environment. So if we really want to succeed, if that environment has any issues, negative issues that affect all aspects of life, it has affect the gender equality thing, it affects education, because it will derail the productions of food, of everything that you want to produce, if the climate is really bad in that particular area. So that is the reason why I really choose the climate change thing. I talk on it first, although it's just in a very brief way. But yeah, because it's like something that we really need to focus on. Because when we are talking about all these disasters and all that thing, it's all caused by this climate thing. So we need to focus on it. And if we also want agriculture to be, because as we all know that it's a strong backbone to any economy of any country. So if we want that one to succeed, then we need to really pay key attention to climate change as well. So that is why I really take the climate change, because I know it affects all the other SDGs if it is not properly handled.
Wow, that's so great. So let me also ask, why is it important to support youth-led initiative on the SDGs?
You know, the young people have the will, they have the power. When I say like they are the driving force.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you look at the population of each country in Africa, maybe I don't know for every other country, but you can see that the youth population surpass all other populations.
Sure.
So in development, if you leave the greater population and go for the lesser population, you will see that it will really take you a long time, just a simple proportion. If you take 10 people to brush a particular plot of land, and when you bring there 20 people, how many days you take them? Maybe just an hour. So if you also encourage them and also give them the support and empower them, you can see an easy turnover in Africa. It will be an easy turnover, because if we are talking about feeding ourselves in Africa, for us to really rely on our own things, then the youth are the answers. If we support them, if youth are supported in agriculture fully, because they are able to cultivate a large land, where they are able to produce all the type of food that we need in Sierra Leone. I mean, in Africa. I'm just talking about Sierra Leone. In Africa. So that is the reason why it is really important to really, first of all, encourage them and also keep them in support. We really need the government and all like investors, NGOs, really need to really focus on young people, the activities of young people under the SDG, so that we can see an easy turnover.
Now let's come to the collaboration and partnership when it comes to this sustainable development goals. Now, how can businesses, government agencies, and youth-led organizations work together to support this sustainable development goal, which is SDGs we are talking about?
Well, I think one of the ways we can is first of all like giving a platform wherein a dialogue, a dialogue platform. So like I'm not talking to you like if you ask me, I will tell you exactly what I believe in and what I want to do, and you also can tell me exactly what you want to do and how you want to achieve that. So based on that, we can now see how we can collaborate, how we can put those activities together, and then we do one well. So let's say if a youth-led program or maybe an organization is focusing on education, and the government also, like in Sierra Leone, the flagship program for the government is education, really trying to really ensure that they strengthen the human capital development, which is really good. Now, if there are youth-led programs here in Sierra Leone that are dealing with education, I think the government need to collaborate with them. They really need to bring them together to ensure that they support them, they work together in the different ways. if somebody is doing like they are supporting women in education, and now the government is talking about radical inclusion. Okay. So they cannot able to support almost all aspects because they have a lot of things to do. But we have other young youth organizations that are also dealing with education in different aspects. Although all the goal is just like the same, because it's just like to provide education and make it easy for people. I think that's the biggest, that's the crown of all. So if we now collaborate together, do that work, maybe open some section where people can really showcase what they are doing in their various maybe districts or client, or I don't know how you partition your areas in Ghana.
Okay.
But like for us here, we have districts, we have kingdoms, in all those areas there are young or youth-led organizations that are also doing similar work.
Okay.
As the government is also putting focus on. So this is not just for Sierra Leone now, it's just an example, but I think it's something that needs to be happening in all Africa countries. They need to open that particular platform where all youth-led organizations can showcase what they are doing and in which area, so that we can see how they can able to merge them now to collaborate or to partner. The same thing with investors and other NGOs as well. And for international NGO, I think they should be giving projects to youth-led organizations to implement those projects for them instead of them implementing it.
Now, my challenge is we have most of these leaders supporting these youth-led programs, mostly in Africa. What do you think the challenge is, and why do these leaders find it difficult to support youth-led initiatives that will gear towards the development, the sustainable development goal?
Yeah, I didn't get you clear. Which can you please?
Yes, I was saying that my challenge or my problem is most of these African leaders that we are seeing find it difficult to support these youth-led programs by investing in them or like giving them the necessary support. Why that challenge, and why is it that they find it difficult in doing so, knowing that it gears towards the sustainable development goal of Africa?
Well, first of all, if you ask them, I don't want to be the devil advocate really, but if you ask them, I know the thing they will tell you will be like funding, challenges in funding, that they cannot be able to fund everything.
But yes, still.
But again, again, one of the things that I think, this thing that they always say, the youth are the future leader of tomorrow. So that is just a phase that the whole situation was. Because if we are talking about somebody to be future leaders of tomorrow, so we cannot even think of him now, because you only think about the future. So you'll be planning for the future while you leave him or her behind at the moment. Before you develop for the future, then you have already missed that particular individuals. So I think they always say the youth do not have the experience, maybe implementing certain projects, because that's one of the key things that most people have been saying, that you don't have the experience, you don't have the capacity, you don't rely, they don't have that trust. There's no trust. The trust is not there, because if we say to take like $250,000 to give it to a particular youth-led organization, for them to just implement a particular project, and then they will see you don't have all the requisite requirements in terms of qualifications, in terms of experience in handling money. So I think these are all the things that they really think of. So that's the reason why they hardly support those youth-led organizations. Some might even see those youth-led program as threats, which to me is unfortunate. Because it is not threat. This is just like a way of building on the country, and also trying to reduce the number of dependencies on government. Because if you have no organizations that are led by youth, they also create employment for other young people, and that will take the attention off the government because they have something to do and they have something that they focus on. So they will take their minds off the government thing, because but now everybody will just think that the government is responsible to provide job for them. Yeah, I agree, but it is very, very difficult for the government to do that. It cannot happen. So that's the reason why it's good for government to really put some seriousness in supporting young people in terms of running their own organizations.
Now, in Africa, we know that we are blessed with so many natural resources that we can tap in to be able to develop. Now, why we are not trying to utilize this, get the necessary fundings out of this to support this youth-led initiative? And if we said they don't have the necessary skills, then what do you think the government needs to do in order to upgrade or enhance the skill of these people so that they will be able to take charge in initiating these youth-led initiatives to upgrade the sustainable development goals?
Yeah, I think one of the things that governments need to do is around policy. Yeah, it's really around developing policies that allow the young people to attain the types of skills that they need. Okay. That is by providing them like skills training opportunities, and also even in terms of job experience. They need to really create so that when people, either when you are coming from universities, you have somewhere that you can go and really practice that. Okay. And I think we need to look at those things that they tag to job. Whenever there's an advert, they put like somebody is just coming from university and you ask him about having 5 years experience. He or she has not done anything, but they need to give young people the chance to really showcase themselves in those areas, taking of those experiences, because the person can really get that experience when he or she starts working. Or if he or she has not done anything around that particular field, in that particular field, how do you expect him to get that particular experience? So I think also I think scholarship thing would be another one. Give scholarship to young people to go to universities and study key technical areas. Yeah, because the technical areas is something that is really missing. So most of our resources, even most of the work that is being done when it comes to technical things, most of the things they need to bring people from other countries to come and do it, because people who do not have the skills. They might have the education, but the skills is not there. Okay. So I think we really need to put emphasis on skills training. It's really, really key for young people as a means of them having job, and also as a means of retaining some of our resources. Okay. In terms of instead of taking them away, because if we have more people who are employed in Africa who are Africans, the resources they get in terms of money stays in Africa. So it questions the most of the challenges that is happening around. So these are some of the areas. And also there should be a particular where I would call it civic education thing, that people in school, maybe they can include it in schools activities, where they really talk to people about the importance of skills training, skills that you learn, like maybe if you are a mechanic, how is that important, instead of just people thinking that they just have to be like just have to go to school to spell a job. Yeah, so we need to start conscientizing people from primary school before they get to university. So maybe because somebody will sit to these hours, he or she will now decide what exactly I want to do. Because I have really witnessed that doing most of the things that we are not doing presently. I do a lot of orientation program with young people, where we will bring them together and bring different people from different walks of life for them to really come and sit and talk to them, especially those who just sit like to us, who want to go to university or who want to really find something to do, but they don't really know exactly what they want to do. So we bring different people, we bring carpenter, lawyers, we bring nurse, we bring doctor, different people, just to come and talk to them exactly about those skills and their importance. Okay. And what do you really need if you want to become a doctor? What are the steps that you want to take? You want to become a lawyer. So somebody will sit and look at him or herself and say, no, I was planning to go for royalty, but now I've chosen this state. And this thing has really made a good dividend, because we now have people, females who have been already auto mechanic, and now they have been employed before those who have gone to university. So it's really key. So these are some of the things that we really need government to also do. This career counseling in universities, in school, everywhere, so people can really choose exactly what they can do for themselves.
Now, you are in Sierra Leone. Let me come to you, your area in Sierra Leone, and you just spoke about skill training. When it comes to skill training in your country, Sierra Leone, how is it? And if you want to rate the government on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you going to give the government? And what do you expect the government to do in bridging the gap of skill training in the country?
Yeah, well, they have really tried somehow in terms where they have talked. They are bringing a lot of textbook programs in the country, in all the regions, I can say, if I'm not mistaken. So in that area, I will rate 10 out of 10. I will rate 10 to 5, because they are really trying. They are still working on it really, because they are still areas that need improvement as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so but in that area here, the skills training thing is something, because you see most of our universities, the recent universities that they have just approved, you see them more. Their name is Technical, the Eastern Technical University, which is found in the Eastern region of Sierra Leone in Panama. Yeah, when you have this technical, to see they are really looking at that, at the picture and the way that people run now the skills training as well, rather than just thinking that if I go to university, I'm just going to do something. When I'm out of university, I'll just get like a white collar job. But I think there are still a lot of things that the government needs to do in the areas of youth empowerment.
Okay.
Yeah. We need more scholarship for young people here. And well, I will also say thanks to the government in Sierra Leone, because if you look at in the government, we are seeing some young people who have been given the chance to lead in key areas. Yeah, like our foreign affairs minister is a very vibrant young person. Very, very vibrant. Yeah, you talk about the Minister of Information. These are all young people. The Minister of Tourism. These are all young people, and they are really helping the government greatly. That's just a clear evidence that shows that if you give young people the power and you give them all the things that they need to execute their duty, they will do it, because they are young. They can run from at any given time from point A, point B, everywhere. They can run really to ensure that they really represent the government, the country in a very good way. Because young people, sometimes we have something in us that we always want to make a legacy, as compared to an old man who is already old. He doesn't care any longer, because it's just going now to the grave. So what about somebody who is really young, who wants to create more? Maybe you have made the Minister of Agriculture and he's eyeing to become the president, for instance. He can do the best. He or she will do his best to ensure that the people really see him as a force to reckon with. So that's why it's really important to really test young people with those areas. So the skills and in the areas of education, like in universities, I think I want a free university thing.
Okay.
Well, not just in Sierra Leone, but in Africa. Let's make it more easy, very moderate in the way that people can access universities in Africa. Because that is one of the key areas that has really left a lot of people behind to enter. Like if you don't have English, you don't go. If you don't have math, all these things.
Okay.
Why we have other key things that they really need to look at as well. That will allow you to go. That will allow you to enter the
radio.
That's it.
Okay. Now we are also back to the SDGs, and you were talking of resources. We're talking of resources and others. Do you think that politics and corruption have a role to play in delaying the geared action towards the SDGs?
Definitely, sure. They have key role that they play, like corruption, because maybe let's say if you have a funding for that is really meant for youth activities,
okay,
if that is being obtained through corruption, it delay that particular progress.
Time radio.
I know that there are activities or there are programs that the government might plan. If they put somebody in charge of that particular ministry or that particular activity who just think that he or she just need to improve himself or herself and his or her family, as compared to really ensuring that they boost the development of that particular country or that particular sector, then it delays everything, it bars everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so the politics itself also, if you have a leader who is like really politically minded, because most of the politicians, like in Sierra Leone, they use tribalism, just to divide the people. So if you bring in that type of thing in politics, as you as a leader, you divide the country, you will see that one of the areas of that particular country will not see development throughout that regime of that particular government.
Okay.
So that's also another thing, and that is something that we really need to fight for, because like let me say, for instance, in Sierra Leone we have the APC and the SLPP.
Okay.
When it comes to elections, they show themselves. But when somebody now emerge as a victor to be the president, I believe that is he or she will be now the president of Sierra Leone, not for SLPP and not for APC. So we have to see ourselves as one people. They treat each and everybody as one, instead of being these are the people who are for me and those are the people who are not for me. So I think the politics also have the areas that also play some delay.
Okay. Now back also to the partnership and collaboration. How can youth-led initiative demonstrate their value to investors and stakeholders?
Yeah, it's by developing and also being able to pitch the activities, the line of actions. When you let's say if there's a small child know how to wash his or her hand clean, you can eat with kids. Exactly. So if you develop programs that really matters to people, then it will be easy for you to get collaboration. Although collaboration in Africa is one of the most difficult things, I will tell you, especially when it comes to the NGO war. Okay. Because most Africans, non-profit leaders just want to own on their ideas. Because especially if I have an idea, but I know that I'm getting funding from that, people hardly share it with other people. So that's why collaboration is also difficult. And some organizations also have some criteria that push youth-led programs back. So, but all boils down to how you develop your programs, how creative your program is, how impactful that program will be, what will be the outcomes. Yeah, if you do A, what will be the outcomes of that your activities or your intervention in the particular areas or in that particular country. I think with that, it really motivates people to collaborate and partner with you as well.
Okay. Now, lastly, our time is almost up, and lastly, let's come to the impact and outcome of this SDG initiatives we are talking about. What impact can youth-led initiatives have on achieving the sustainable development goals of Africa?
The outcomes of SDGs has been always been like a transformation.
Okay.
Transformation of lives and also transformation of communities. Yeah. Because if we want to go into that, it takes us a long time. So let's say, for instance, if we talk about capacity building, we provide training and also resources to young people. You capacitate them, they have the skills. That it means they have been transformed. Yeah. So that will really handle my job, especially if you look at for demanding areas of skills.
Okay.
Yeah, you look into the areas and you provide the types of skills that is really demanded in that particular areas. Then those people just get that job after the training and the resources that is being given them. So the SDGs outcome is always transformation. It transforms life, transform communities, and transform the countries and also continents if they are carefully dealt with.
Okay. So, your final word on today's topic.
Well, my final thing for today, I just want to encourage the government, international NGOs, and also investors to really put focus on young people, on the activities of young people, and also, and I'm really pleading that they really need to go back to their policies in terms of how young people can access their benefits or most of their resources. Yeah, they need to really try to bring out those policies in the way that allow the easy flow or the easy access of young people to those resources.
Okay. If you have one or two people to say a very good evening to before we let go.
I just want to say good evening to my son, Andrew M. Connor Jr. He is in Canada. He's a key school boy, government secondary school, Canada.
Okay.
And also I want to say good evening to my program manager, Antiniata Gaima. She stays in Bo, the Southern region.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Musakoni, for squeezing time out of your busy schedule to always be with us. We are so much grateful to you. And in the full capacity of Time Radio TV, we said, God bless you and thank you so much. Our regards to all the fans of Bo in southern right of Sierra Leone.
Yes.
Regards to them all.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The doors are always open because Time Radio is really great. It's doing a great job in terms of really exposing the young people and also advocating for the young people in Africa and beyond.
Wow.
So I think this radio we can be able to achieve our goals in terms of increasing ourselves as young people. So thank you so much for your time as well.
Thank you, so. Okay. Then we'll get back to you later on our upcoming programs.
All right. Okay. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. So that is Mr. Musakoni all the way from Sierra Leone, who has been with us on the show today, dealing technically and extra excellently with the topic for today: unlocking financing and elevation youth-led action on the sustainable development goals of Africa. This is so much in-depth revelations or submissions that he has made this evening, and I believe most of our people listening to us online and with their radio set, watching us live on Facebook and all other social media platforms have learned a lot out of this, and it is going to help us as young entrepreneurs or young upcoming people of our Africa continent. So this is where I will have to draw the curtains for today, the World Uncovered Talk Show. We said exploring the people, places, and how politics is shaping our continent. Don't forget, the World Uncovered Talk Show was previously known as Abrabomu Safua. So always join us. This is the platform where we deal with topical issues confronting Africa and other countries like Ghana, Sierra Leone, Niger, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, all the countries and all the world. Things that confront the youth, we bring it down to this platform. We bring the resource personnel that deal with the issues, and we're trying to find solution and make sure these solutions get to the necessary platforms and authorities, and it is being implemented. Mostly once it is all about the youth, we make sure that the youth benefit. We are the leaders now, not the future leaders. We are the leaders now, and as youth and young ones, upcoming entrepreneurs, we should know that we have responsibility on our shoulders, and we must make sure that the future is created by what we do today, not tomorrow. The future is created by what we do today and not tomorrow. Today determines what happens tomorrow. So what you do today reflects in your tomorrow. So we have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders, and we need to make sure that we work it out quickly and stand our grounds now. And also we dive into politics to see how politics is shaping our planet. Positively, we look at it. Negatively, we look at it, and where the necessary corrections and changes needs to be done so that it will benefit the youth, the upcoming ones, the young entrepreneurs, the innovators. We make sure we put it in place and things goes that way as we want it as youth. Our voice must be heard now and not tomorrow. So let me stand on this and say a very good evening to my very own CEO of New Generational Media Network, Mr. Samuel Osai, Ambassador. His Excellency, let me put it that way. Me, I'm giving him a new name. That is it, Samuel Osai, for making these great platforms to raise champions and youths for African development and to make impacts in the world. Let me also say a good evening to my very own Pastor Philip K. Osei of the Greater House Chapel International, a man that is full with agenda for youth. He is all about the youth. Good evening to you, Papa. And good evening to you, His Excellency Dr. Mrs. Sally of Lisaldo Recruitment and Employment Limited. And also, let me say a good thank you to Mr. Musa Koni from Sierra Leone being with us on the show today and doing perfect justice to the topic. I am very much grateful. And also to Honorable Kamana Joseph from Justice from Asherman. This morning you have been with us on the show. Thank you so much. And also to Lawyer Emmanuel Pekata and all my lawyer guests, Mubarak, Lawyer Daniel Jerry, and all others who have made this World and Talk Show, Uncovered Show, a success in everything. Thank you so much. And let me also say a thank to my producer, my director, and all those who have made this evening program a success. Apostle Ike, thanks. That is my editor. Thanks for the good work and a success once again in the program. So till we meet again tomorrow morning. Thanks to those who have joined me on Facebook and on TikTok. Today, I'm not able to go on TikTok due to one or two things, but tomorrow I will be back and then we take it from there. Thank you all, and may the universe bless us all. Have a good evening till we meet again tomorrow on the Timeline Morning Show. My name is Nana Bunsu. Have the best of your evening. Bye bye.